Shalom, shalom, shalom. Pray everybody doing well, man. It's your brothers from the hopeful elect. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In the name of His only begotten Son, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, man, our salvation. Shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany that anointed our King with the precious ointments before His burial. And also shout out to our ancestors that came before us that chose death before dishonor, man. So, today Wednesday and it came fast, man. I know y'all paying attention to how fast the time going. Like I know y'all see that how fast the time is going. And that's prophecy that our big brother Christ said, man. He was going to speed up the times for the elect's sake. So that's why it feels like it's going to be the Sabbath again. It felt like we just had the Sabbath. Now the Sabbath is coming again. We finna have Passover. We finna have Passover soon, man. So the Lord is definitely speeding up the times, man. Amerikkka, you had a good run, buddy. We're gonna touch on that a little bit. The brother Azrael, he touched on Friday, some prophecy, and I'm gonna try to touch on a little bit today as well, man. Amerikkka, you had a good run. You had the time to shine. You was once that country that everybody adored and everybody admired and everybody wanted to come to. I mean, you had a good run, but your time is up. Your time is up. It's crumbling. Just like you have athletes when they first come into the NBA or the NFL. They young, athletic. They can run up and down the court. They got a lot of stamina. But then as they get older, they start getting slow. And they start losing that athletic ability that they had when they was young. That's how Amerikkka is. You losing your ability, right? You losing that, man. So all praise to the Most High. What a time to be alive. We seeing the prophecies that's going on. We seeing the wars that's kicking off. We seeing the gas prices rising up. We seeing the people upset that the gas prices rising up. This is all supposed to happen. This ain't nothing that's new to the people that's been reading and been paying attention to the prophecies. These things are supposed to happen. So all that, pledge allegiance to the flag and all that, the national anthem, you standing up, putting your hand over your heart, taking your hat off, crying while the national anthem getting sung, all that stuff coming to an end, man. Right? It's falling. Babylon is falling. But before we get into the lesson, man, I'm going to play the blowing of the shofar, and I got a couple videos I want to play as well, too, before we get into some scriptures. All praise, man. So here go the first video I had. Matter of fact, I want to swap this, put this one kind of last. Put that right there. We're gonna get the gas price videos first. But yeah, they say gas prices surge as consumers hope for relief. So fair use. This for educational purposes only. I don't own this video. This belongs to ABC News. Fair use. And the brothers, if y'all got anything y'all want to say, man, just stop me. We're gonna touch on this real quick.
Since October, that spike is threatening to undercut one of President. Meanwhile, U.S. gas prices are at their highest point since October. That spike is threatening to undercut one of President Trump's main talking points ahead of the midterms. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze is here with more on that. Hi, Elizabeth. Oil is trading slightly lower today and stocks are up. What does that tell you?
Yeah, it has been fascinating, Diane, to see this correlation between oil and stocks that you and I have been talking about since this war started. Basically, what's happening here is there is a little bit of optimism in the market today that we could soon see at least some escorts happening that would get shipping moving through the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, 1/5 of the world's oil would typically flow through that strait. That is sending oil prices down. And in return, we are seeing stock prices up. So basically, investors want to see any progress toward getting that oil moving, because as we've been talking about, that is the biggest barrier toward getting those prices lower, is to get that oil moving again. We've seen other initiatives, other steps to try to get more oil into the market. But as long as there is that bottleneck where oil is not moving and other products aren't moving through the strait, that does continue to put pressure on prices. And as we've seen, those gas prices have still been going up, Diane. We're now up more than 75 cents since the start of the war for a gallon of regular gas. So $3.71, according to AAA. Just, you can see there the big gain from a month ago. We were at $2.92. The other thing I'm looking at really closely is diesel, because we do expect diesel prices to get close to that $5 a gallon mark. They're already up more than $1 on average.
Look at Jake's face. Jake, like, bro, this is crazy. But look, it's crazy because when you truly think about this and these gas prices, this is gonna stop a lot of people. If it keep going up, this can stop a lot of people from being able to go to work, being able to drop their kids off at school, because they don't have enough money for the gas. So that can stop transportation if the gas continuing to go up, man. People pay attention to that gas. People pay attention to how much gas they put in their car. People don't like to spend a lot of money on gas.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I know I definitely been questioning on some days, man. Am I going to the office today? And I live in the country, man. So imagine those that live in the city with all the traffic in the city, and they have to drive 20 minutes everywhere just to go to the store or go to work, whatever, and get back home. Hey, that's a lot of money, and some of their salaries don't support it.
Con, man. Yeah, so that's a big problem that a lot of people having right now, man. That a lot of people thinking about. Like, they trying to think about how we gonna do this, man. Do I need, like the brother said, do I need to go to the office today? Can I go without it? Because I ain't got enough gas. I ain't got enough money to make it there. And it's just the beginning of the end of this country, bro. I just only the beginning. So.
Just in the past couple of weeks here.
And Elizabeth, the U.S. Energy Secretary says the war will certainly end in the next few weeks. If that holds true, how soon could...
Though they say peace and safety, the war is going to end in a couple of weeks. Though they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming. So it sounds good when they say, well, we're going to end the war. The war going to be ended. That's what they got to say, though. They can't come out and say, oh, my gosh, this war can go on for 2 years, 2 more years. Gas prices can continue to go up, right? We might get bombed. They can't say that, man, because it's going to bring uproar to the people. So they're going to say what's going to make the people feel good and relax by telling them, we only got a couple more weeks till this war ends. But when a couple of weeks come and it's still going on, then what? What you going to say? We got 2 more weeks? We got to wait 2 more weeks now? So America is giving out false hope. Since the beginning of time, this country always been giving out false hope, right? They've been giving out American dream. They've been giving out, you want to be an American? You come reach the American dream. And it's a false dream, man. It's a false dream that people still trying to search for. And it's not real, man. So America's full of lies, man. The Lord is exposing that.
We see prices start to drop?
Yeah, this is a really important question. One I've been asking a lot of analysts who we've been hearing this claim from the Trump administration that once this is over, we will see those prices come back down. Now, we could see a move in oil lower because, as we know, oil futures basically.
As a matter of fact, Trump tried to get the president of Iran, for I think it was a peace treaty. I want to say he was trying to make amends. and then the dude, the man that's in the president over there now, you know, it was his dad. Then they killed America, killed his dad, so his son in office. He was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? No, we not finna have no peace. No, we want blood. So Trump can be saying all of these things about, you know, the war over in 2 weeks, but he really don't decide that. But he don't decide those things by himself. Iran got to agree too. And the dude already said he's not finna, you know, he's not finna stop until he get bloodshed. So Trump they just talking to try to make the people at peace. But Iran, they really mad, man. They ain't finna stop, man. Them boys mad for real.
The oil market is trading on what the expectation is that will happen here, but it still could take some time. You know, I was talking to we talked with Diane Swank from KPMG. She said that their forecast is still that oil will be in that $100 a barrel marker for the next couple of weeks. And that's because, Diane, even if we do get ships moving tomorrow through the Strait, it will take some time to get back to the level that we were before the war, both in terms of transportation and then also countries ramping back up their oil production. We have seen some countries in the Middle East cut back production because they don't have anywhere for the oil to go. That's not just like an on and off switch. It could take some time for that to get moving again.
Con, there was another video I had right here about the gas prices, about Trump supporters.
Do you regret your vote right now?
These were people that voted for Trump plenty of time. But let's see how they responded now. Some of them, let's see what they saying now.
Hey, do you regret your vote right now?
Fair use.
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody, and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast. But here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you. Hopefully this conflict over there will end, it's just unfortunate.
Is that Greg Popovich?
You're at the gas pump amongst these.
You said who?
Is that Greg Popovich at the end?
Look like him. Might have been his twin. Man. But here go another one. Fair use. I don't own this video. This from NBC News. And they finna ask this Trump supporter the same question that they asked in the video we just watched.
Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you didn't have to exit out of it.
Oh, pull it back up.
Yeah, you can. Pull it back up real quick.
I just couldn't. I wasn't gonna be able to see what you're sharing.
Oh, because you didn't have it minimized.
Nah.
All right. Let me see. You keep it like that real quick, man. Let me see. I think it's right. Where is it, man? Yeah. It's kind of small, man. I don't know if I can make that bigger, bro. There it go. So this was a tweet, man. This guy, he said this 2 days ago. He said, I've heard that the remaining members of Epstein's network have devised a conspiracy to create an incident similar to 9/11, right? Everybody knows that 9/11 was a propagandized event carried out by our government to blame Iran for it. So they're saying that it's been leaked that another 9/11 incident has been planned by America right? It says Iran fundamentally opposes such terrorist schemes and has no war with the American people. And Iran is saying that we know that this is about to take place, but we're getting ahead of it, and we're letting you know that when it happens, we have nothing to do with it, right? And then a day after he posted this, they killed him.
Mm.
So just letting you know, man, that because you were honing in on the lies of America, right? The lies of America grow deep, even to treacherous and tragic events like 9/11. You know what I'm saying? Where they attack their own soil and blame it on somebody else. And this is saying that they're planning on doing something like that again, right? So keep your eyes open. If you live in a big city, man, I would caution you to stay vigilant. Because
Con.
yeah, everything that this country is known for, you gotta question it. When they say the first black president, we gotta ask: is he really black, or is he African American, or is he African? Then you go to 9/11. Who really did it? Then you go to going to the moon. Did we really go? Then you go to Christopher Columbus found this. He was the first place to find this land. Then you gotta be like, was he really the first to find it? All this stuff that America is based off of, you come to realize is not the truth. But they publish it in books. They push it to you to indoctrinate you. But we're living in a time where it says knowledge will be increased. They can't do nothing about this. They can't do nothing about their people waking up, making situations worse. It makes the situation worse for them when they realize the people aren't as dumb as they once were.
Yeah, man. People waking up, bro. Like back, everybody are so. A lot of people nowadays are so-called conspiracy theorists. It was only a few people back in the day, bro. Like, they were calling you crazy when you questioned 9/11. Oh, how could you question 9/11? You saying our own government did that? That's crazy. But it's like when you look into the movement in 1995 or 1985, I want to say, in Philadelphia, when our own U.S. government bombed a neighborhood full of our people in 1985, it ain't too far fetched that they would do the same thing to the Trade Center in New York and do the same thing. The same government bombs our buildings on our soil. It's not no difference, man. They've been doing this. America became America by bloodshed and lies and witchcraft. That's why I said, America, you had a good run. You had a good run because you deceived the people. You had the people drunk of the wine of America, of Babylon. But now the people are sobering up, man. The people are starting to realize somebody done spiked my drink. Somebody done put some pills in my drink. But now I'm starting to realize I'm drunk or I'm drugged. And they starting to put down that wine and that strong drink. And they starting to drink some water, man. They starting to pay attention more. So that's why America falling, man, because the people are waking up to the BS. This is why this country is falling. You can't pray for this country, man. You can't hope for this country to continue to build and you know how powerful you got to be. Like, I be thinking about that, man. I be thinking about, I wonder how the Most High feel. Like, the Most High cause something to happen, like an earthquake or a hurricane or something, or like a wildfire, and it destroys the city, and they just build it back up, like it's nothing. Just build it back up. I wonder how the Most High feel. Like, nah, I'm trying to destroy this city, and you keep trying to build it back up. Nah, man, it's gonna come soon. It ain't gonna be no more building back up. Once them nukes get shot over here, it's not gonna be no more building back up, man. Ain't gonna be no more. We're gonna have this community, and we're gonna have this city, and we're gonna put this over here and this over here. No, it's gonna be destroyed, man. The Lord is gonna destroy it. The God of Israel. Right, so let's go back to that video I was going to play real quick. Sure.
President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of.
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Are you displeased with the war in Iran?
Yes, it's not our war. We should not be sending our soldiers over there to get harmed when it's not about us. It's about them. Like, why are we sticking our noses where we don't belong?
What do you think about the decision to strike Iran?
I think it was a great decision. I think somebody else should have done it a couple of years ago, the last 3 other presidents.
Are you willing to pay higher prices at the pump if that's the cost?
Yeah, I'm willing to pay a little more, yeah.
Why do you think gas prices going up?
War. That's all I know.
Are you pleased with us?
Is your coworker?
Not really.
I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen this video, like, bro, that's like the dude I work with, bro. He act just like him. He did that little face like war. That's like he be looking too. They look just alike, man. Probably do the same type of drugs too.
Pay a little more, yeah.
Why do you think gas prices going up?
War. That's all I know.
Are you pleased with us being in Iran?
Not really. No, there should be no war. Yeah. What do you do?
What do you think about President Trump? How's he doing?
No comment.
Did you vote?
I did vote for him.
Have you noticed gas prices going up lately?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Does that affect you at all?
Definitely. Absolutely. My husband, he drives diesel, so that's like $2 more.
What do you think about the U.S. decision to go into Iran?
I think we got to do what we got to do to keep this country safe. So, and if it means paying a little bit more in gas right now to keep everybody safe, then that's what we got.
Now, what I thought about when I watched that video. Can a brother pull this real quick? Can a brother read this? My bad.
Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Right. Can you read this too?
And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
Con. You keep going, King.
And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end.
Right. So these verses that the brother just read was going to, like, basically, how can America stand when everybody not even on the same accord? You got some people saying, man, I hate him. I hate that the gas prices are going on. He sucks. I'm a dummy for voting for him 3 times. Yeah, that's other dudes saying that's a good thing we invaded Iran. I don't mind paying the high prices for the gas. The other dude that look like that the brother said look like my coworker. He just he just there like war. No comment. Like he just the person that just there. So it's like the people are all confused and not on one accord. So how can a nation or a kingdom stand and prosper when the people in that kingdom are not even on one accord about the stuff that's going on in the world? So what that's going to lead to in the future? Civil war. That's going to lead into nation rising up against nation. This people rising up against this people. They with Trump, these people not. That's going to cause chaos and uproar among the people. So the Bible is a real book, man. And just keep paying attention to the times, paying attention to what's going on, and paying attention to the people. Pay attention to the people and things that they saying. When you start seeing a lot of these Americans getting upset, when you start seeing them speaking out more against what's going on, and they angry, that's when you're gonna have the people not regarding the elites and the powers that be. They're not gonna care about you being the president. They're not gonna care about you being the governor, about you being in the White House. They're not gonna care nothing about that stuff because they upset and mad about how they getting treated. So look at this video right here. Fair use. In this video right here, basically gonna sum up the rest of my precepts I got. But fair use is for educational purposes only.
An asset, blah, blah, blah.
What he's getting is that the United States looks like an incompetent. He's getting out of this because people keep asking me, like, well, what is Putin? What he's getting out of this because people keep asking me, like, well, what is Putin getting? Is he running Trump as an asset? Blah, blah, blah. What he's getting is that the United States looks like an incompetent, completely clueless superpower.
He's owning the West.
He's owning the West. The West is divided against itself. It looks weak. It looks pathetic.
Our systems look weak.
Our system is being dismantled. We look like we're taking his arguments because Trump needs to use his arguments. And sure, he can give Trump the win of looking like the quote-unquote peacemaker who's convening meetings, but he gets everything he wants. What he's getting out of this.
So that's the main thing. America's starting a little weak. You don't hear a lot of people speaking on that, though. You don't hear a lot of people wanting to say that. But America is starting to look weak, man. It's not like how it used to be. Even in the Bible, even the strength of the power of the world. The world not even strong as it used to be. Can the brother read this?
Second Esdras 14:10. For the world has lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old.
Now, this was during the time of Esdras, right? He said the world had lost its youth. Now I want y'all to think about what he's saying. And just think about now. If that was back then, he's saying that, how much more now have the world has lost its youth? And the times begin to wax old. So that he basically saying the world is losing its power. You know, you gotta think about how rich the soil was when Adam and Eve, when Adam and Eve was made from the dust of the ground. Do you think about how rich that soil was, man? Think about how juicy and sweet the fruit was. Think about how the trees were and the grass was, how everything was so rich in the beginning. And now think about it now. I mean, now look at it now, how the world is, man. Not even just the world. All right, I'm gonna just put it in Babylon, America sense, man. This country. Just look how weak it's getting, man. Because they polluting it. They polluting the air with oil and chemtrails. They don't rest. I'm gonna get the scripture how we had not allowed that our land's supposed to rest, I think 7 years. Do America do that? No. They constantly working the land. The land is constantly working. Right? It's constantly working, man. It's weakening.
Man, you know, working in the field of agriculture, they have something called cover crops. And, you know, naturally, if you grow a crop enough, the land will force you to make it rest because you'll deplete the land of the nutrients that it needs to have a good harvest. But what they do in America now, they have these things called cover crops that when you plant something, right, so you don't deplete the nutrients, you plant another crop in that same field, right, so that it puts the nutrients right back into the ground. That way you can plant again. I don't know if that makes sense. For example, two cover crops that go together would be like corn and cotton. So 1 year you might grow corn, but you can't grow corn the next year because you depleted the ground of most of the nutrients you need to grow it again. So that's when you'll see that field switch and they'll grow cotton. And so a lot of times you'll be driving by and be like, man, why it seem like they always changing up their crops? It's because they're trying to use all the minerals and soil of the land that they can without taking a break. So like you said, right, America has found ways to go against the laws of God and to go against the laws of the land, which is really the laws of the earth, right? To get what? Off a greedy gain and for money, because that's all they're doing it for, is for money. But that's deep in America or Babylon's blood, right? It's deep in this melting pot, right? It's all about me, which is why, you know, we even got into war in the first place. Why we're even bombing in the first place. You know, they keep saying if we didn't bomb, then, you know, China or Russia would have. So we had to do it, right? It's all about me, right? We had to you know, we had to touch Venezuela first, so that way we can get all their oil, because it would have just went to somebody else. But we'll sell it to them. We'll sell it to Russia and China, but we just want to be the ones to sell it. It's all about me, right? And that's why the proud and the arrogance of this place, like it says in Isaiah 13, has got to come to nothing. It's got to cease.
Yep. America got that me spirit. And America is the friend. If you had a friend, right? And that friend basically just say you have a friend, but they're really your enemy, but they pretending to be your friend. And they'll do whatever it takes to bring you down and to be above you, right? I know we know people like that. That's how America is with these other countries. They don't play fair. America don't play fair, man. And for you to be a proud American, knowing all of this stuff that's coming out, seeing what's going on, how America treating people, for you to still be a proud American, that's sick.
Salakia too.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and if you notice, a lot of these other countries, they don't have a problem with the American people. Like the tweet that you brought up said that Iran has no problem with the American people. They love the American people. They love the American athletes. They love the American, inventors. Like they love the American people, which is probably the only reason why we haven't been attacked yet, is because they really don't want to hurt the American people, right? But it's gonna come to a point to where they say, you know what, screw it, man. Something's got to be done. And when that happens, that's when everybody is gonna say, like in Jeremiah, how has the hammer of the whole earth been broken? The powerhouse of the whole earth has been put to a stop. Everybody's gonna wonder, like, dang, man, it really happened. America really fell. America really was broken, man. But I'm here to let you know that Babylon's already broken. Two parties, it's two of everything, two colors, two races, to this, to that, to everything is broken.
Yep. Everything is broken. Everything is backwards. You noticing even the weather, man. The weather is off. The weather is off, man. It was in 30 degrees in March.
It was just 80 degrees last week.
It was just 80 degrees last week, man. In the month of December, it was hot a lot of times, a lot of days, man, like 70, 80. I'm like, in December. But then it's like one week is hot, the next week is cold. It's like because the world is losing its strength. Even the whole world is confused, man. The animals confused. Like if you watch that movie Leave the World Behind, when you had those animals, they weren't even in their habitat. The deers, I think it was deers, they was lost. They weren't even in their habitat for real. I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing polar bears walking around New York. I wasn't surprised if you start seeing dolphins. They jumping out the water. You see them on the road. Dolphins moving around on the road. Like, ain't you supposed to be in the water? How are you even breathing right now? But it's just the animals. Everything is out of whack here in this world, man. But can the brother read this?
Khan, I can read. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 14 and verse 11. And it says, For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part.
So what about now, though? If the world was divided, when Esdras was saying this, the world was divided to 12 parts, and 10 parts of it is gone already. What about now, bruh? And half of the 10th part. What about now? How is it looking for this world now, though? I feel like last summer was one of the hottest summers I ever had. It felt like the sun then came down from the sky and it was beaming on my face, man. It was so hot. I'm like, what's going on? It ain't never been this hot. But it's like the world is like, I be hearing people saying like the sun is getting closer. I don't know how true that is. It could be true, but the summer that just passed, it felt like the sun was getting closer. Like it was crazy high. But because the world is losing its strength, man. It's losing its youth. It's getting old. It's ready, man. Ready to get up out of here. America ready to
And
get up out of here.
I'm not gonna lie too. I'm not gonna lie too. You said that, and I was just thinking about that the other day. Like last summer, man, I was working outside, consistently, and I was always outside, either weed eating or cutting a tree or mowing some grass or laying down some sod or putting down some grass seeds. We outside doing some of everything, man. But I'm saying all that because I literally had days where, man, I felt like if it wasn't for the fact that, I was hydrating, at least trying to hydrate properly, or if it wasn't for the fact that, I knew how to, if I got tired, say, go sit down or go take a break or something, it would have been days where somebody, who doesn't have that kind of mindset to kind of just like chill when they start getting too extreme outside as far as weather goes, it would have been days like that where they would have passed out or something, because I remember days where the company that I was working for, they brought us in from work early on a few occasions, but it wasn't until the temperature had reached to like, 108, 107, right? But when it was like 95 degrees outside, it felt like it was 120, and it was a plethora of days like that where we was like, dang, bro, it feel hot, so hot today. It was only by the strength of the Most High God, though, I was able to get through them days, man, sweating. It was a lot.
Yeah, man, we had to start. We started going in at 6 in the morning to try to beat the sun, to try to get as much work as we can to beat the sun. And we were taking a break every about 10, 15 minutes, man, getting a water break. It was that hot. And I seen the brother said in the chat, he was like, yeah, that's how brothers be getting sick. Yeah, man, because your body confused, man. Your body don't know what to do. It's like, dang, is it wintertime? Is it summertime? Is it spring? So your body keep getting sick because the weather keep changing. It keep changing. Like, why is it doing that, man? Now, why is it doing that? It's hot one day, then the next day it's hot, it's cold. Because the world, man, we in the last days, man. We are in the last days when confusion is high. People, the whole world, everything is confusion out of whack. But can the brother get this?
2 Edges 14 and 12, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part.
Right. So there remaineth which is half of the 10th part, right? So, brother, correct me if I'm wrong. He's saying that it's 2 parts left, right? Because he said it's divided into 12 parts. And the 10 parts of it is gone already. So 10 of it is gone already. And the half of the 10th part. So it's half of the 10th part gone too. And he said, and there remained that which is after the half of the 10. So it's 1, right? 1 part? Or 1.5? Math ain't the greatest. Somewhere.
I think it's 1.5.
Yeah, I would think it's 1.5.
Yeah,
so 1.5, man, about 1.5. So I don't know the exact time the second Ezra was written. I need to look into that, the exact when it was written. But we in so-called 2026, and it gotta be more than gotta waxed off some parts than had to leave or something or whatever. Like, it's getting crazy, man. We close. We close to the end. We close, man. But can the brother get this? This scripture I was talking about.
It's Leviticus 25:4. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard.
Right. So this was the 7th year. We had a Sabbath of rest. What we were just talking about earlier for the land. You had a rest. You weren't supposed to sow the fields nor prune the vineyard. You supposed to just let the land rest. Can the brother get this?
verse 5. I think this is the next verse, right?
Yeah.
This is verse 5. That which groweth of his own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vineyard undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land.
Right. So it's a year of rest into the land, man. You can get this verse too, King.
Verse number 6. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee.
So you're supposed to enjoy your labors, man. It's a time that you're supposed to enjoy your labors of what you done planted and grown. But America don't do this. America don't let the land rest the 7th year. They don't let the land rest. You know, America constantly working the land, constantly working the land, constantly cutting down trees, constantly cutting. That's why you always seeing them cutting down trees, cutting down forests. They ain't never letting the land rest, man. You know, so that's why, you know, I ain't gonna say just America, just the whole world in general when it comes to that, man. When it comes to just the land and things like that, man. People constantly working and not giving the land time to rest. Yeah, but can next brother get Jeremiah 51 and 1?
Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
Mm-hmm.
And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Mm-hmm.
And against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And against him that lifteth himself up in the brigadine, and spare ye not her, young men destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus saith the slain shall fall on the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with the sin against the Holy One of Israel.
Right, so the Most High ain't forsook us, man. The Most High still, to this day, he ain't forsook us. And he gonna come back, or he gonna send his son to come back to deliver us out of this land, because it's polluted. But you keep going, King.
Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Like, man, that's why, you know, when you read the scripture that say, come out of her, my people, right? Come out of the ways of Babylon. Come out of come out of being drunk from the cares or the ways of Babylon, man. Because if you don't, you're gonna die right along. You're gonna get destroyed right along with Babylon, man. You want to be a proud American so bad? You want to wear your red, white, and blue? When the 4th of July comes, you want to pop the fireworks? All of that folly, you're gonna get destroyed right along with your kingdom that you love so dearly. America not even a country, it's really a business, man. It's really a big business that's disguised in the country, bro. It's disguising itself as a country. It's just a big corporation, bro. Big business, man. You know, full of bloodshed and lies. You keep going, King.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, so Babylon has been that golden cup. It's been a golden boy, right? It made all the earth drunk. Because at one time, you know, people still doing it. They leave their country and come to America. Like the brother Azrael said in his lesson, people ask, why you want to come over here to America? Why you leave your country? They don't even know why. They just want to be over here. Because America, they fool you with, oh, it's more opportunity over here. Come live the American dream. Come be the best American you can. Better jobs. It's a melting pot. Everybody's equal. Everybody get treated the same. Love is love. You can be what you want to be and be who you want to be with who you want to be with. Everybody is drunk over here. It said the nations have drunk of her wine. You have the nations that did deals with America, did business with America, was drunk at one point. But now they're waking up and starting to see the chaos and the folly that's taking place, that America is not who they say they were. They had a mask on. Jim Carrey, they had a mask on the whole time, fooling people, making people think that there was this country, this good country, this great country, and they hide it behind the lights and the skyscrapers and the big buildings and the sports and the entertainment. They hide their folly behind these things. But when you look past these things, you start to realize the Epstein files. You start to pay attention to the human meat that be in some of these restaurants. You start paying attention to the chemtrails in the sky. You start paying attention to the GMO food. Start paying attention to the lies that they've been teaching us about all the bloodshed that happened in this country. When you look past the stuff they try to throw at you, you start seeing the country for who it is, for what it is. It was the first I wanted. Oh yeah, can you get this verse, King?
Con, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
He said we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. You know, people trying to pray. I seen the video of Trump. He was in the White House, and you got all these other people around him, and they praying, right? They praying. You're like, you can't pray for America, man. You can't heal Babylon, man. All these other kingdoms that came before, you couldn't heal them. It was too much wickedness, too much sin. It just the scripture just said the judgments reach unto heaven. You know how wicked you got to be for your judgments to reach unto heaven? How much folly you got to be doing for the Lord, for your sins to reach unto heaven? So you can't heal America. It don't matter how many times you pray. It don't matter what Trump does or whoever in office when it happens. They can't heal this country. It's already written to fall. Babylon is already written and prophesied to fall. So it ain't no healing. It's only a matter of time, man. Only thing you can do is watch and pray. Not for Babylon, but pray for yourself and your people to be saved during that time. But
and you know, a lot of people do these interviews and they think their voice is being heard when they express their dislike for Trump. But they don't know that that's what they want you to do. They want you to either like Trump or hate Trump. What they don't want you to do is to realize Trump doesn't matter. That's what they don't want you to realize. As long as they can get you to pick a side, they know that they have you. They know that their propaganda is working. They don't care which side you pick, but as long as you pick a side, the moment you come out and say it doesn't matter the side, the moment you come out and say both sides are lying to us, both sides are corrupt, the moment you come out and say it's bigger than picking the side, right? The moment you start talking about things like the elite, the higher ups, things like that, that's when they start saying, you know what, you know, we have a problem on our hands. The people aren't going for what we're telling them no more, right? But as long as you pick a side, man, you're that dummy that's playing checkers while they're playing chess. You gotta wake up.
Good point, King. Can the brother read this?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right. So, you know, blood, the key point I wanted was blood, it defiled the land. So a land is defiled by bloodshed, innocent bloodshed is that at that. So we just think about the history of America. It started, and it still is, bloodshed. So this land is continuing to be polluted and polluted and polluted and polluted because innocent blood, that blood, I mean, the blood is crying out to the Lord, man. It's like, dang, this innocent blood, how many innocent people got to die on this soil? You had our people fighting for these wars, World War II. You had our people going to war, fighting for this country, then come back to get treated like nothing. Still can't use the bathroom, the whites only bathrooms. They just went and fought and risked their lives for this country, and they come back and still get treated like a N-word. You know, so it's plenty of blood. It's a whole. Let me pull it up. This how much, and this only our people make majority of the bloodshed in America, man. Even when it comes to us killing each other too. I seen a post that said if America, it said if America could speak before it would speak, it would cough up all the blood that was shed from our people. If America could speak, it'd be coughing up so much blood from our people. Now, I don't even know. I started a while back doing a lesson on all of these massacres. I might start back doing that. But these are just black massacres that's in America that's been documented. You have a lot of them that haven't been documented, that haven't been wrote down. But it's so many. Look how it's so many of these black massacres on this soil, on this American soil throughout the years of this just massacres from white people killing black people. All this bloodshed. See that? So the scripture just said, blood defiles the land, man. They can't be cleansed of the blood that is shed, but by the blood of him that shed it. Have the people blood been shed yet that been destroying and killing our people? No, they haven't. And their seed is the ones that's riding around talking about Trump, proud American, and waving that American flag, man, proudly on stolen land, proudly walking around on stolen land, man. You know, so we know that this is one reason why Yahweh Shai coming back, man. You know, he coming to set things straight. Was this what I want? It was. All right, I'm gonna get verse 1. I'm gonna jump to verse 4. Get verse 4. All right, can the brother get this?
Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Yeah, man. So you just think about Babylon. Right? A lot of these prophecies Babylon can point back to just by the characteristics. Woe unto the bloody city, right? That checks off the list of America. Yes, America is a bloody city. Full of lies, of course. Check that off. Robbery, of course. Check that off. So it's like America, America, bro, you can't get away. This is a message to America. You can't get away. You can't get away. Justice will be served. We know we're not gonna get it now, right? We know we're not gonna get it now. But when Christ come back, that's when we're gonna get it. You get this scripture, King.
Verse number 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
Right. So this is America, bro. This is a characteristic of America, man. The Lord is calling this. The Lord say whore, harlot, this great whore. When you think of countries that do witchcraft, and push it proudly. It's America. They literally got teams called the Washington Wizards, Orlando Magics. They literally got shows like Twitches and or that's a movie, but they got shows like Wizards of Waverly Place. Making it cool to seem like a witch. Got Harry Potter. Making it cool to seem like to be a warlock and a witch. They pushed this heavily, man, with witchcraft was pushed heavily in the music, the media, the movies, cartoons. America is built off witchcraft, man. You get this scripture, King.
Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right. So the Lord, like, man, listen, I'm going to discover your nakedness. I'm going to discover the things that you're doing behind the closed doors. I'm going to expose your weaknesses. Everybody going to look at you and they're going to know, they're going to look at you for the country that you are. Foolish, weak, right? Folly, madness. The Lord going to look at this. People going to look at you for who you are, you great whore. Babylon the Great, America, you great whore. The Lord is exposing you. You on one leg right now? You on one leg right now, man. And once you fall, once you get from falling from that one leg, it's over with, man. It's over with. But Con, man, that's all I had. If any brother had something, man, before I close out.
Mighty lesson.
Man. Gotta get it under y'all's heads, man, that this place was never prophesied to be a promised land. It was never prophesied to be heaven, right? But a lot of us have gotten comfortable. A lot of our grandparents, a lot of our parents, our cousins, friends gotten comfortable. But you got to see this place for what it is, man. It's something that has been set up to be great, all to be destroyed, to show the power of the Most High God. That's what it's set up for. And the quicker you come to realize that, the quicker you will start seeing the things that are before your eyes. But until you accept that, you'll continue to be in that American dream and sleep, right? So like the title says, man, you had a good run, but it's time to wake up, and we are waking up.
Man, that's right. We're waking up. It's not going to be no more said, the Lord that deliver us from Egypt. It's going to be said that I got to get that scripture. The Lord delivers from the north, right? He delivers us from the north.
The land of the north.
From the land of the north. I got to get it. Passover coming up too. I love reading this scripture around Passover. Let me find it real quick. Was it in?
I think it was in Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
What does it say?
I think it might be Ezekiel, bro.
Jeremiah.
16 and 14.
Yup. Through 15. Yeah. Oh, let me share my screen. Hold up. Why my computer doing that, bro? All right. Can the brother get this?
Yeah, Jeremiah 16 and 14, it says, Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
So we know that, the Lord delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt, and that's a big accomplishment. You know, the Lord take honor in that, man. Right? The Lord take honor in saying, I'm the Lord thy God that delivered you out of the land of Egypt, out of your captivity. So that was one of the biggest things at that time of just everybody seeing the God of Israel working and seeing just his power in action. But can you get that, King?
Verse 15, it says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Right. Let me with some more. Oh, that's all I wanted on this verse. So yeah, so it's saying, you know, now it's gonna be spoke about that me fulfilling the prophecies that was spoken of by the prophets before. You know how Israel is going to be scattered to the four corners of the earth. They were going to be dispersed, but I'm going to deliver them. So that's going to be, you know, the new thing. Hey, the Lord that delivered us from the north, right? The Lord that delivered us from the four corners of the earth. The Lord that delivered us from Babylon the Great. That's going to be, he going to get a new name, man. But all praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High. What a time to be alive. You know, keep enduring, man. You know, we almost out of here. Keep watching. Keep your flame lit. Kingdom of heaven at hand. So it's your brothers from the Hopeful Elect. Lord willing, the brother Azrael will be on here Friday for a Freestyle Friday. And we say, Shalom.